Hey y'all, welcome and welcome back. Very obviously we've got Rainbow High Series 4. Today we're going to be doing a unboxing and review on Delilah Fields. And y'all, I am so beyond excited. I had put up a poll on my community tab about who from Series 4 I should review first. And I really thought it was going to be Mina, but Delilah just kept getting more and more and more votes. So here she is. We're going with her first. Couple of quick disclaimers. If I look or sound a little crazy in this video, it's because I'm currently fighting off a sinus infection. I mentioned this on my Instagram and then also in a community post, but like, I still want content to come out, you know, like I don't want to just leave you guys hanging. I bought these dolls and I'm very excited and I want to unbox them and talk about them with you. So I'm doing a little bit better today, but if like this side of my face seems a little bit swollen or if my voice sounds like I'm talking differently than normal, that's why. Also, I am on antibiotics for the sinus infection, and I feel like they're making me a little bit not coherent. Like, I feel like the words coming out of my mouth just don't quite make sense. My husband assured me that I was speaking in a way that, like, did make sense. So I'm gonna go ahead and film this and hope that it's okay. But if I'm saying anything that's, like, a little bit weird or off, I really am sorry. I'm trying my best. I just kind of feel like a crazy person. But, like, I still want to enjoy my life. I still want to make content for you guys. I want to be able to talk about Delilah. So we're just going to push through instead of waiting because, like, I'm a very impatient person. So that's what we're going to do today is talk about Delilah. She's so pretty. From the moment that we started seeing photos from Series 4, I knew she was going to be my favorite. Like, she's just so beautiful. Series 4 is a really, really big deal for Rainbow High because with this line, they've added a lot of diversity. With Delilah here, she does have albinism, which I think is really, really cool. Any more diversity to add is obviously great. I mean, it is Series 4, so it took a while, but like we're here, we're finally here. And I just think it's rad that a kid who has albinism might see this doll and be like, that looks like me. You know, I love that idea. I love the idea of dolls having diversity and being able to spark more joy and like recognition within young people. So mad props with that. Very, very excited for her. She is a creative writing focus, says in her little seal on the side here, which is cool for me because I have always loved creative writing. Back of the box, very similar to all the Rainbow High boxes we've seen before. Just, you know, it's the Series 4 art. This is kind of all old, normal stuff, but obviously what's going to be exciting is Delilah herself getting into the box. So I am going to unbox her off camera right quick, and then I will be right back with you guys to discuss quality and all the pieces that she comes with, and hopefully just have a lovely time. So I will see you guys in a moment. Okay, so Delilah is turned away. Very sorry, but that way it'll be easier for my camera to focus on all of her accessories. So for now, we're just going to get a view of her hair from the back. Also, it is raining outside. Can't do anything about the noise, and my cat is crying because of it. So, like, if you hear that, I'm sorry, this is what we're working with today. I did take off some of Delilah's accessories so that we can get a clearer look at them, but I am going to go ahead and start with the second outfit that she came with. So starting with her pants here. I feel like these pants have been kind of controversial, I'm not going to lie. A lot of people I've seen online have said that they don't love the daisies because from far away, it's harder to tell that they're daisies. I don't know if, like, I'm just weird, but I thought it was pretty okay. Like, I think they look really cute. I think it's kind of nice that it's subtle with, like, the white on white. I don't know. Maybe that's just me, but I felt like the, like, embroidery thread used was enough to, like, differentiate it. I think they're very cute. It is all embroidered, which we love for detail purposes. There's a little bee, which I'm obsessed with. We've obviously got all the stitching and the belt loops that we're used to with Rainbow High. And then on the back, one of her back pockets is stitched with RH, and the other one has another little bee. And, like, I don't know what it is with bees and butterflies, but I am obsessed. So major points with Delilah for that. However, her pants do have, like, this weird cut at the ankle where there's just, like, a weird square cutout on both of them. That I don't get. That I think is very bizarre. I don't really understand. It's not bad enough for me to hate the pants, but I do think it's interesting. Then her second top that she came with is this little yellow number. It is, like, made a kind of a sheer material, but it's double layered in the bodice area, so it's not actually sheer. Mine does have a few loose threads here you can see, but we've got loops of ribbon, and then on the back, a little ribbon bow, which I think is just so precious. The puff sleeves are so cute. Delilah's style is not my style, but it is one that I find very visually appealing. Like, I just think it's so fresh and summery and adorable, and I don't know if you're going to be able to tell in the course of this video, but I'm literally obsessed. This is so stinking cute. And then her second shoes. Okay, let me just grab one to like show you the details. I didn't think I was going to love these as much as I do because, I don't know, strappy heels at some point get kind of boring for me, right? Like they're just more strappy heels. This is so cute. All of the daisies on these shoes I feel like are so immaculately painted with the different details in the center. We've got another bee on the back of her heel. I'll show you the other one. So you can just see how well painted they are. I feel like these turned out unbelievably good, which I really didn't think that those were going to be a huge highlight for me with Delilah, but they're so crazy. We obviously have her comb and then the stuff that she did have on before. So I'm just going to get her other shoes out of the way. Little like kind of cowboy boot-esque number. Big apologies to my Texan mother, but like they're not my favorite. I don't think they're terrible. They're just a little less my style. That being said, I do love the boot option just because, like I said, a lot of these Rainbow High dolls come with heels, so like I like having the boot as an option. And these are also painted very beautifully. So quality-wise, excellent. I probably won't display Delilah in them, but like they're a great option for her to come with, so I'm not mad about it. Then we have to talk about these glasses. Oh my god. Okay, as someone who has to have glasses because I literally am so blind without them, it was awesome for me to see Rainbow High do a doll that had not sunglasses, but like actual proper glasses. They do have lenses in them, which I didn't expect. When you put them on her, they do kind of blur her face a little bit, which on the one hand is like a little unfortunate, but on the other hand, it kind of feels accurate. Like one of the things that bothered me when I wore a lot more makeup was that you could never see it because I wear glasses. So I honestly kind of love it. The shape is so beautiful. They're so beautifully crafted. Little rainbow on the side there. They even have a different color at the tip of like the ear hook. I know it's such a small thing to be excited about, but these glasses, it sounds so weird, but like it genuinely means so much to me to have a doll that has to wear glasses. Like I just am obsessed. And then this little like over piece, I don't know what exactly to call it because it's a little bit too short for me to consider it a dress. Like if she didn't have anything on underneath it, it'd be a little too short, you know, but it also technically is a dress. Like it doesn't in the back open up all the way. It just opens up that far. I don't know. Also, the belt does Velcro separately, so you could unthread the belt from the loops here and just have that separate, which I do love. Detail-wise, I think this is a beautiful, beautiful piece of clothing. Definitely sheer, this one. It's kind of the same material as her second outfit top, except there's not like extra layering, so you can 100%, at least in person, see my fingers through it. I don't think on camera it's showing up quite as bad, but that's just something to note if that bothers you. Obviously, like, she's a doll, so it's okay if she's wearing sheer clothing, but if it bothers you, that's good to know. Definitely a lot of loose threads as I'm spinning around here. I love the lace detailing, but sometimes it is, like, kind of weird. You'll see here. Like, the underlayer doesn't quite match up with the lace, and so it just kind of gives it a weird look to me. I would have preferred the underlayer to be a bit higher up so that the lace could lay nicer. I hope that makes sense. From a distance, I do think it's a beautiful, beautiful article of clothing, but up close, I definitely think that, like, the lace just has a lot of loose threads happening. It's very, very delicate, so I feel like it would get damaged easily if a kid were to play with this. I also have 2 buttons on this pocket and only 1 on this one, so I do think I'm missing a button there. There are real pockets, though, so that's cool. Overall, kind of like half and half on this piece. Personally, I'm fine with it. I think it's beautiful. I think it looks really cute on her. If you have higher expectations for quality than I do, I don't know that you would be happy with it. So like that, I kind of have to leave up to you guys, but I think it's really cool. Like even the flowers are 3D, which is kind of nice, but this one over here is a little bit messed up. So that you're just going to have to judge by yourself, but I definitely needed to point out all of that. Then actual Delilah time. Let me get her off of her beautiful golden sparkly stand here. And let's just start with her face right quick because she's so pretty. I love Her light freckles, they're so beautiful. She's got her edges. The white eyelashes are so gorgeous. Like, this doll is just such a pretty doll. I know Series 4 overall has had a lot of issues with their lips, especially in the face-ups. So I was trying to go for the one that has the best lips, and I think she's okay. The other ones at my store definitely had the red kind of leaking out of the corners a little bit, so be aware of that. I would say if you're in a position where you can get these dolls in store so you can kind of inspect them, that would be a good idea, because definitely there's a few quality issues with the faces. Obviously, if you can't, that's not, on you. You can't. But if you have the opportunity, I would say go for it. She's looking mad cute if you can get one with a good face-up. She does have two really adorable, please focus, there we go, flower hair clips, of course daisies. The glitter in them, not perfect. Like, this one you can see part of it is like not completely glittered. This one's a little bit better. But again, just something to be aware of. Her rooting, I think, is pretty good. Like, there's a few little spaces, like that's a little thicker than ideally I would like for it to be. But overall, I think once I get rid of her box hair, I'm not going to see her scalp, which is all that I could care about. She does have, you can't hear it, a little bit of gel in there with her curls. I'm going to wash it out and give her a nice little like hair treatment. But I think that once the gel is out, her hair is going to be very nice quality. Editing note, this picture on the screen is the entire glob of hair that Delilah lost in the process of me washing her. I literally washed her hair the same way that I wash every other doll's hair, with just Dawn dish soap and conditioner and a gentle comb through. Like, I was not excessive with it, and I lost all of this. Thankfully, like, after she dried and everything, she was still thick enough to like style and look nice and everything. But yeah, definitely lost a lot of hair there, so that's a little bit minus points on the quality issue. She's got little bumblebee earrings, which, again, if I can get her hair extracted from them, kind of, I am obsessed with. Just so, so pretty. The top that she was wearing underneath her kind of like overdress thing is pretty simple. It's actually a very, very thick material, the white here. I love the yellow lining at the top. I think that's a nice detail with the clear straps. And it does just Velcro on the back. Same with her skirt. The skirt, again, pretty plain. Like, I think it's pretty clear that this is meant to be worn underneath the other piece just to give it some volume and a little bit more length. But it does definitely serve its purpose in that regard. This, I do think, is well crafted. Very cute. Then Delilah does have one little bracelet accessory. I can't tell if this is supposed to be the design, like it's like half the flower's gold, half is not. But I think that's an error. I think that that glitter was supposed to be either more or less present than it actually is. I'm sorry, it's really having trouble focusing on this. So it's not perfect. From far away, it looks totally fine. I do love the design of the bracelet. I think it's very cute. Sorry, it really was not focusing there. But again, it's kind of just, if it's something that like details like that are very important to you, that might really bother you. But I think from far away in a display, she's going to be fine. And then lastly, Delilah came with these super cute little mesh and lace socks. I love these. Like, they're so precious. I think the lace detailing at the top is really, really pretty. I think it's better executed than what we got with the dress. I think it's just like a little bit more tidy. I wish we could have seen that level on the dress. I don't know if it's going to pop up in camera either, but the top with the lace is like slightly iridescent, which I love. So big ups on the socks, which is like a random thing to have big ups on. I don't know. So overall thoughts. I think the design of Delilah is absolutely stunning. I think she's an unbelievably beautiful doll. Quality wise, she's really not bad. Like, I'm just kind of pointing out all these things so that people are aware of it. I don't think it's terrible at all. I think that with the intricacy of, like, especially this was probably the worst piece. It is a very intricate piece on a very small scale. So I personally don't expect absolute perfection. I'm 100% okay with her. I just think, you know, if you want like 100% perfect doll, which like you're paying money for it, so I understand. if that's your expectation, Delilah might disappoint you. But if you just want a doll that on the shelf in a display is going to be beautiful, she's perfect. She's so pretty. So for me, very excited. Like, she's just gonna sit on my shelf and I'm gonna look at her and be like, oh, I'm so glad I have her. So I'm very happy with her. Please do let me know your thoughts in the comments below about Delilah and the rest of Series 4. I am gonna get my reviews on Mina and then Lila. I think those are the right two. They all have such similar names. Mina and then Lila out soon though. And then I'm hoping to be able to pick up Jewel. My Target didn't have her when I bought these three, so I'll get there eventually. But yes, please do let me know your feelings on Delilah. And yeah, I hope you guys have a lovely rest of your day or your night or whatever it might be. And I will catch you next week in the next one. Bye, guys.